All right, guys, I'm here with Tim, the big trail boss right here.
All right, we'll turn the wheel driver a little bit. More. A little more. Okay. Send it from there, and I think you got it.
You have one of the coolest LJs that I've personally ever seen. Well, tell us a little bit about it. Maybe let's just start with your front suspension and axles and go from there.
Yeah, so it's an 04. I drove the stock drivetrain for quite a while and I wore it out. I put about 240,000 miles on it with the stock drivetrain, and that motor and trans just got tired. So we can talk about that stuff in a little bit, but it's equipped with the TerraFlex axles. This is the Terra 60 in the front.
Nice.
And I did the steering setup because it's stretched quite a bit in the front. I notched the frame so it could still sit pretty low, but it's 3-linked, and I built the suspension as well. It's a mid-arm setup. As you can see there, I'm running Summit links and Summit joints. They're the best there are. So it's super quiet and super flexible, and it works. It doesn't win any like RTI competitions, but it's flexible enough for me. With the mid arm, it does the work, and it's really stable. Yeah. You can also see that I'm running 12-inch ORI struts on there. I think those are the cat's pajamas.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Can make it really, really stable. The Jeep side hills really well, and I just love how tunable it is. You can adjust how stiff it is, you can adjust your ride height, and you can even adjust the speed of your rebound. So it doesn't unload on me when I'm on the super steep stuff. It just works.
Yeah, those are really good looking too, especially with this colorway. So you just have it built, the tower just built up into the engine bay there a little bit. Helps you have a little bit lower center of gravity maybe.
Yeah, and you can run a longer shock with that. I can show you what's under here. You probably noticed from the hood, but the LS swap was done by V8 Swap Shop out of Logan, Utah.
That sounds so good. Logan, I'm from Logan.
Nice. Yeah, so Tim Ryan runs a good crew up there. This is a 2000 5.7 out of a Silverado. We took the 5.3 and the 4L60E out of that truck, and then we had them both fully rebuilt. I wanted to keep it pretty mild. I'm not heavy on the throttle, and I didn't want to go crazy, so this has got a mild rebuild with like a mild cam, but it's got some flat top pistons, and it's basically brand new with the rebuild that we did on it. And then the transmission, the 4L60's got all the upgrades. It's it's running all the Corvette parts in there, and I love the gearing of the 4L60. It works great.
Yeah, that's really clean.
It's super reliable, and it stays nice and cool. This is an awesome radiator and fan setup from Novak, and we're loving it. We're super happy with the way it turned out.
Yeah, I like your front bumper too. There was a trend, I feel like 5 years ago, where everybody would get the biggest, bulkiest bumpers. Yeah. And I really like these low profile, just slim design bumpers. They look good.
Yeah, my good friend Jeremy, he owns Legendary Performance Designs, and he set me up with my front and rear bumpers, and that's the whole motto, is to keep it snug and tight. And I've got a good approach and departure angle, and with that, I like to keep everything minimal. You can see I don't run a big like safety thimble up front. I like to use Yankum's fair lead, where I can just tuck up just a straight loop right here, and I just I just put a soft shackle right to this when I need to do a recovery, but
Yeah,
just like to keep things simple.
cool. So you're running the hogs, the mud hogs.
Yeah.
How do you like those?
No, they've been great. I thought I'd give them a try. I've been running the Mickey Thompsons for years, and I was super happy with those. I don't have anything against them, but had an opportunity to score these. They just barely came out with a 40-inch mud hog, and I thought I'd give them a try. The price was so good. It was like,
Right.
why not? So I've been
Yeah.
happy with them. They're a little skinny. They call them a 1350, but I think it's more like a 1250. But
Right.
they've worked so far.
Yeah, they look
I don't
good.
have
I
any
like them.
complaints.
And what wheels are you running?
Those are the Pro Comp beadlocks. I forget what model they call them, but I think it's one of the only Pro Comp model beadlocks. They're good. I've been happy with those as well. I do run 1.5-inch spacers in there, just to widen my stance a little bit, and that also sucks in my hub so it doesn't get bashed up on the rocks as often. They still
Yeah.
find rocks every now and then, but yeah, I like the wheels.
Yeah, yeah, they look really good. What like how long have you had this paint job and where did you get that done?
Yeah, it's probably been 4 or 5 years ago. My friends over at Lone Peak Collision in Midvale, Utah, they let us use their booth, and then uh, a pal of mine he sprayed it for me. So just to save some money, I did
Yeah.
all the prep. I sanded it down, and um, just collaborative effort with some friends. We just took it over there and sprayed it one day.
Yeah,
So
it looks
yeah,
good. It's like a modern color on a what is it, a 2004?
yeah,
Four? Yeah, so it looks for people that don't know Jeep, they would think that this is a brand new Jeep right off the factory lot.
yeah. I mean, that was kind of the funny design. I mean, at first I had like, the new school like Jeep sticker like on here that was red
Right.
and it matched like the modern theme, but I ended up bashing the Jeep a little bit, so I had these plates made and covered up some of my damage. But like I
Yeah.
said, I use it. It's not like a show rig. I use it, and it gets bashed a little bit. I try to keep it nice, but it doesn't break my heart if I scratch it every now and then.
Tell me a little bit about the rear, and then we can wrap it up.
Yeah, cool. So I've stretched my wheelbase, both front and rear, so it's about 111 inches from the front to back. And then, so what I did with the rear is a little bit different than what most people do. A lot of people just French in the shock tower, and that's how they get their stretch. They put in the shock tower where they need it. But I actually cut the rear portion of my frame off, and that allowed me to keep all my suspension the way I had it, and it kept the gas tank where it was. The LJ has 2 cross members, and that keeps it all secured where it originally was. So I moved that all back 5 inches, and then I chopped off the back 5 inches, which keeps it flush with the LJ cross member, and then I just put on some bumper brackets on there. But this is the CRD 60 Terraflex axle, 35 spline, and both front and rear are full float, so that's nice. It's giving me a little bit more strength and peace of mind. But again, it's like my mid-arm design. I'm using the Genrite brackets,
Yeah.
but I put them where I wanted. I made them the length that I want them, and let's see.
Is it a 4-link, you said?
It is a 4-link, so the uppers are triangulated. That also gave me a little bit more stability, and same as the front. It's a 12-inch ORI struts in the rear.
Yeah. So you had to relocate the gas tank and everything.
Kind of, yes and no. Like, it just came with the whole rear end moving back.
Oh, nice.
So the gas tank is relocated, but I'm still using the same fastener points on the chassis. And then, like with the rear armor, it's stretched armor, so that relocates the filler for the gas tank.
Yeah.
So yeah, that pushes it back closer to the corner. But
Sweet, man. Well, this is a beautiful Jeep.
I appreciate it.
Is there anything that we missed?
I don't think so. I mean, everything else is fairly normal. I mean, I still have the stock transfer case, but we did a rebuild of that when we did the motor swap. It's just the 231, but we did upgrade it to the 6-pinion and planetary gears. So it's super strong. We wanted it to be able to keep up with the power. But you can see there that the console is a little bit unique, where I'm running the Sand Hollow speed shifter, which is awesome. with
Oh yeah, that
this
thing's
GM
awesome.
transmission. It works perfect. I love it. But yeah, for navigation, I just like to use my iPad, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty simple.
Do you have social media, or what's the best place for people to find you?
Yeah, I do. I'm not like super big into it, but yeah, I'm on Facebook. My name's just Tim Saunders, and Utah LJ Tim on Instagram. But that's about the extent of me. So
Sweet. Well, I appreciate you being on the channel, man.
yeah, right on.